Hey, what it do with the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal underscore Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. How you feeling out there?
Feeling good, feeling great. Had a good birthday weekend, man. Shout out to everybody that was able to pull up at Crates and Convos, early
It's your
2000s
50th, right?
edition. The fifth Crates and Convos, yes. Not the 50th birthday. No, I got hair now. If you haven't seen, I'm aging
Hey,
backwards.
I sent that picture to everybody I knew that knew you. The myriad of responses was hilarious.
Hey, I'm booking my flight to Turkey
Uh,
immediately. Don't
I
let me get
told
hell.
Mo. Because Mo had the baldy, but he grew his hair back out. Like but he thought I told him he motivated you to grow that hair back
Mo had the
out.
voluntary baldy.
Yeah, the voluntary baldy was crazy.
Listen, that's
Rich was
nuts.
hot at him, like just going bald voluntarily and then coming back with the crisp fade. No turkey visit. That's
That's the
nuts.
Jada.
That's
Golly.
crazy.
No, but had a good time though. Salute to that man. What you have up?
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Crates and Convos. Glad that was great. We had to pop up at Duke O's. I finally met my guy Rich. A lot of good brothers came out, family came out, man. It was a really fun time. Got to have a great time, man. Shout out to everybody in the Ville. Shout out to Ducos. Shout
Yes.
out to Rich. Everybody that pulled up, man. It was a really good time. Seen a lot of old face. Tonio came, man. I ain't seen
Dog.
Tonio in 10, 15 years, man. So it was good
Dog.
seeing him. So yeah, it was fun, man.
Absolutely, man. Triple salute. Another week in the books. Shout out to Rich, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to Rich.
Listen, man. Action-packed episode coming up. Your boy Whack 100 has a genius idea, at least according to him. We'll talk about that. Also, a veteran rapper calls out D1 for
Mm,
using religion to manipulate. I'm like, damn, I didn't know anybody that didn't like
mm.
D1, but we found somebody. And then of course, people are mad at Jay-Z's interview with GQ. It may not be for the reason you think, though. We'll talk about why in a minute. But first, Kanye, or the artist formerly known as Kanye West, dropped his long-awaited, highly anticipated, oft delayed
Jesus Christ.
Bully album. The
He
internet
switched his name?
reacts. You said who?
He changed his name?
It's Ye now.
Yeah, fuck
Some
out of here.
respect on it too. Let's go. Dropped this Bully project finally Saturday, of course, because why drop it on Friday when it was supposed to come out? The internet react to it. It's getting pretty decent reviews. Again, it's the internet, so how much of that can you trust? My question to you: did you listen to it? What you think about it?
I listened to it. It was some slaw. Wherever he's been, he should have stayed and keeping those selling them direct to consumer joints and not waste our time on streaming. Not being facetious, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. It wasn't the Kanye West that we all remember in the game, and the man that we knew to love musically, even regardless of anything that he's done that rubs people the wrong way. I still don't think the music is there. I still don't think the music is good enough to excuse anything that he does. And it's hard to separate the two because, like, yeah, for me, I know you're more of a fan, but when I'm listening to him now, I just hear all the stupid shit that he's done. So none of the bars kind of resonate with me. None of the beats are great anymore. The beat bit has fallen off regardless of anything that he's done. I just don't hear those type of beats anymore. But I mean, it was a lackluster effort, in my opinion. I wasn't fucking with it at all. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, this this was probably this is a really bad first listen album.
Okay.
My first listen, I was lost. I didn't know. I thought sonically it was all over the place. I didn't know like it really didn't feel cohesive. I really wasn't exactly sure what he was talking about on several of the songs. But this benefits from repeat listens because I've done a complete 180 after that first
Of
listen.
course you have.
There's a lot to like on here. I can't even front.
Oh
And I think what threw
God.
me off was that some of the harder joints are very short songs. They're like a minute and 50, a minute and 55. So you're just getting into it and then they cut off. And so
Mm.
that's I think that aided in me being lost on that first listen. Like, what am I like? What was I think I liked that? I'm not really sure, but upon subsequent re-listens, it's grown on me tough. Especially around four. Once you hit track four through about 14, 15, it's actually that's a nice surprising run of joints. And I disagree with the production. I think some of the beats on here, some of the samples, he hasn't been over soul samples in a while on a consistent basis. And that whatever works, that punch drunk, that preacher man, like that's some of the that almost reminded me of like throwback Kanye in terms of production.
Mm.
And there's a couple on
Mm.
here that remind me of like Pablo with some of the harmonizing and stuff. So no, it's actually better than I thought. But you can trim off the first two or three and the last two or three, and then you'd really be working with something because there's 18 tracks. That's too many.
This is sort of like LeBron for the Wizards. I mean, excuse me, Jordan for the
Jesus,
Wizards. Right. I don't wish that on LeBron next year.
man.
It's sort of like Jordan for the Wizards because critics will say, "Oh, I remember what Michael Jordan looked like," and it ain't the one that was in the Bulls. But then proponents would say, "But the nigga averaged 40 points. I mean, 20 points a game. And he was in his 40s."
Yeah, for
So it
sure.
depends on how you looked at it. The game didn't look the same, but it was still efficient. To your point, it ain't god awful because Kanye's a good musician. You can't take that away from him. But in his prime, in his heyday, which is what I'm comparing him to himself, well, even though he's past his prime, it's still hard to, like you said, it ain't like all his good albums are like they make sense. They flow well together, whether it be subject matter, bars, songs, beats, all of that stuff flows. Like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, while unfair to compare to this, one of the best hip hop albums of all time. That's the example that I'll use. Shit, you can use a graduation, you can use college dropout, you can use any one of those, and just the flow of the album even with Donda, that had a flow to it. This one just, I'm missing that, and I know he can do that, and I would love to hear more of that. I would have loved to heard more like, oh shit, I remember why this dude is this dude versus, oh, let me put a project out because I'm trying to get it back in everybody's good graces, which is what it sounded like to me.
This is I'll say this because the last couple of projects he's put out have been misses, and y'all know,
Hmm.
yeah, y'all know Kanye, my boy. I'm a Kanye apologist,
Hmm.
but that Vultures 2 is trash. That's probably the worst thing he's put his name on. Vultures 1 was supreme mid at best, and Donda 2, which I think officially came out, I'm not really sure. That shit was trash too. So he's not above putting out some bullshit, especially recently. And the whole like you're right, the cohesion is not the same as it used to be. That's off top. I don't think anybody would deny that. You'd be delusional to say that the cohesion is the same. Hell, even 808s was like cohesive. It was a one
Facts.
sound. But lately he hasn't been on that. Probably since around Pablo, he switched it up. But even using Pablo as an example, you can experiment and do a little bit this or that, and it can still hit though, because Pablo is actually a fire project. It can still hit. This is this has grown on me. I'm not gonna lie. That first listen, I was like, bro, I don't know what I'm listening to. Like, I don't know if it was my expectation because they said it was a bunch of soul samples on here, and he was taking it back and this that. So maybe I let that get in the way. But this is one of the few times where the first listen was completely different from the third. And the last time, well, one of the main times I can think of this was when Mac World War III came out. First listen, I hated that CD, bro. I was so mad because there was no Beats by the Pound.
Why?
There
Oh,
was no
okay.
Beats by. It was completely different shell shock. The
Yeah.
subject matter was grown. I'm still in high school. Like a lot of it went over my head. Now you run it back and you see like he predicted his own incarceration. There's a bunch of shit on there. It's actually one of the best No Limit albums, probably like top three, maybe top five at worst.
At
So
worst, top five.
yeah, it's superb. But first listen, I hated it though. I felt the same way, but I didn't like this first listen at all. I was like, yeah, this ain't it. But
As a Kanye
thankfully,
fan, okay, man, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say thankfully, this is why I try not to go too much off the first listen, especially when it's someone with a resume like Kanye, despite what he's done recently, which hasn't been much. I've got to give it more than one listen just because he doesn't make one listen music anymore, in my opinion.
The reason I feel like, to your point, maybe it's not one listen anymore. I don't think he don't got much to talk about that we care about anymore. One of the things I feel like that fueled all of these great albums that we're speaking of is social commentary, life stuff, just overall
Shit talking.
commentary,
Like,
shit talking, the line, like the one-off lines, like
yeah,
everything that made a Kanye album great. Like I don't hear it anymore, and I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's the writing room. I don't know if he's bored, but it does sound like, oh, I'm just doing this because I'm cold. It's like a nigga that hoop. I'm hooping because I know I can hoop, but I don't really got no heart or no passion for this. Especially why it stands out so much is because he used to have so much passion for this shit.
yeah,
Like you could hear it. You heard the stories too of people talking about he wanted this verse done 100 times. This nigga listened to this beat 1,000 times. It was one sound that he was trying to get out, making Ross redo verses, things of that nature. And it's like I listened to this project or recent projects, and I'm like, man, you just doing shit, bro. Like it just sounds like it to me. Do you as a fan, do you think he's still lyrically interesting?
yeah. That's one thing he's lost a step to say the least when it comes to lyrics. Like you
Mhm.
said,
And it ain't even got. I ain't even talking about bar for bar. I'm just talking about interesting.
I mean that's
Like
fair too. That's
what's the
fair.
name of the song with Consequence and where he talk about working to the Gap and shit?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been working a
Working
spaceship.
this like shit like that. That's interesting.
It's relatable too.
He wasn't going out of his way to rip it and make it some lyrical miracle song, but it was interesting as fuck because we probably all have been there. The song about his grandma where he talking to the lady at the
The
reception and she want an
roses.
autograph. Like that's all of that shit. It's fascinating to listen to. And then you get these albums where it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit that you talking about.
It's more vibes now for sure. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
definitely more
Yeah.
vibey. I don't know
True.
exactly what. Like again, you'll get a Kanye ism here and there where you kind of because even like you said, he was also one of the more entertaining rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of being like
Facts.
comical. Like she got a light skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. She got a dark skinned
Got
friend look
dark
like
skin
Michael
feeling like
Jackson. It's
this.
funny. Like that's comical.
Taylor
That's a
Like
clever
the
LOL to
Taylor
me.
Swift line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's still bitches that owe me sex. It's niggas that
Yeah,
owe me
yeah,
like
yeah.
all of that shit's good. So
Yeah, it's that I will say he has definitely lost a step in that department. But I do this is better than it's better than that first listen though. I'm not gonna lie, especially toward the middle.
gets get Sci High on the phone.
Where's
Get him on the
Sci-Hi
phone.
album? Finna drop that first and then get Sci-Hi on the phone.
Get Sci
Really
High on the phone and get that EGOT out ASAP.
need both of them.
Um, Absolutely. Moving on to another legendary rapper, J. Cole has been doing his media run as promised. He's been everywhere, it seems like. Every
Facts.
time I look up, it's a new J. Cole interview.
Yes.
Um,
Carmelo
Take that for what
shit.
it's worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in one of those interviews, J. Cole said that he knows he's not the best rapper alive, AB, and in some songs he's just lying to make it sound good. And the internet did what the internet does to Jermaine Cole, and he got roasted for it. Was this a valid, vulnerable moment, or did he deserve to get roasted for it, AB?
I think this is where being ultra famous it's a lose lose because I think the context in which he was talking was if you caught me in an elevator, just me and
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
and you asked me, do I rap better than Lupe Fiasco? My answer is going to be no. On any given day, that nigga can get me on a song. But also on any given day, I think I could get him too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. But the thing is, like Kanye said, I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. So he's in a
Okay.
podcast space talking like it's just you and me, like he's on an elevator. You just called him at a vulnerable moment. But here's the problem that where I see where people getting roasted, and I wish we was in the studio. Shout out to Ken because I would ask Ken. Hey Ken, do you think J. Cole raps better than Lupe Fiasco? He's probably gonna say no. Hey
Inspector
Ken,
Deck.
do you think he raps better than the other name drop, Black Thought? He's probably gonna say no. Hey Ken, do you think he raps better than Kendrick? He's probably going to say no. So it's
Hmm.
not he name dropped four and then he said Drake. He name dropped four people specifically. He's like
Okay.
that they paying different. So on any given day, I might give them 40, but they might also give me 40 on a song. To me, and I know it's not cool to say that, like you're supposed to be like, I'm the best, this, that, and the third. And a lot of people do that on records, but not a lot of people do that in interviews and in candid moments. I think that's where people are getting confused. They're like, Kendrick would never say, he always says, and then they'll quote a song. It's like, well, yeah, J. Cole says that in songs too. But if you ask somebody on a candid moment, if you caught a nigga, I don't know, whatever, in a hallway somewhere, and be like, hey, bro, keep it a buck. You think you better than, hey, Carmelo, you think you better than Jordan? You keep it a buck. Nigga, you think Carmelo gonna sit there with me and you right there like, man, hell yeah, I'm better than him? No, he's not, bro. He's not.
I don't know.
No, he's
I think he
not.
might.
He gonna be
I
like,
think he
nah, Mike.
might, bro.
He gonna be like, LeBron got me. He's played against LeBron enough. He like, nah, LeBron could give me prime. LeBron is a problem. He's going to say that, and I understand we don't like this. We like our artists and our superheroes to be delusional, and they have to be to a certain level to believe you can make it to these spaces. You have to have a certain level of delusion. I get it, but you've made it now. You can take the delusion cape off, and you can keep it a buck. And keeping it a buck, any one of them niggas can give him 40. He didn't lie. That's all I'm saying. He didn't lie.
Cap,
Facts.
baby. This is cap. All of
Big
this is
facts.
cap. This is cap because he still don't want to own up to bowing out of that beef. Leave like this
We
is
still talking
cap.
about the beef.
Yes, because he's saying shit like this that doesn't make any sense. This is a competitive sport. To your point of Carmelo, Jordan, or Isaiah, or Barkley, you're like, yeah, I know this other nigga got game. And if you catch me in the elevator or on TV, I'm still going to tell you I'm the best nigga.
I
Or else I'm
disagree.
not putting it in my raps.
I
And that's
disagree.
the difference between, but that's the difference between sport and what we talking about with rap. Because a nigga like Black Thought gets all the praise in the world, but he never raps about being the best rapper. So J. Cole, on the other hand, why this sounds so unauthentic to me is you go out here and you say this shit. Like he's leaning into this like I don't know, like he wants us to feel sorry for him in the position that he's in. And I don't. Cause you brought all of this on yourself when you came out here and said, oh, I'm the best nigga doing this. Thunderstorms hide and lions roar when I rap. If you don't believe that, then this shit sounds ridiculous to me.
No,
Cause you good at the other raps. Like you can rap about losing your virginity and it's not lame. You can rap about looking up to your homeboy who's selling drugs and he looking up to you because you headed to college and it's not lame. But when you go out here and you start telling niggas and you start affirming in every song, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the top. And then beef comes to your door, you don't want to acknowledge it, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I don't even judge J. Cole no more for that. But it's the double down here that doesn't make sense to me and where he deserves to get roasted. Like, I don't, if I'm talking to Jid, yes, I would say that. Because you my young niggas is coming up. I want you to think that you're the best. If I'm in the house talking to the Dreamville crew or whatever, what's them niggas? Earthbound
Kaz
gang,
and Boz
God
and all them.
Seed Oil gang, whatever the
He
name
be
of
lying to them
they
niggas too.
but that's what I'm saying. He can be honest amongst those people. But going on an interview and saying that is just like driving the Camry from place to place. It's cool, it fits the aesthetic, but that ain't for real, bro. Like you're
Bro,
you're acting and it's fine, but
bro,
don't expect people not to give you backlash for that because it's bullshit.
if they asked him on that podcast, do you believe you're a better rapper than Lupe Fiasco? And he says yes. The same people roasting him for saying no would roast him for saying yes because he's not. That's
But
what
I
I'm
got to
saying. It's a
deal.
lose lose, bro.
That's the bed he's made, though. Don't come out and act like you the best rapper and stop saying it in verses and rhymes. There was no point in time when you could have told Wayne when he was saying he was the best rapper alive that he would have said nobody was better than him. When T.I. was saying he was the king of the
Nah,
South,
he would have said
nobody
Jay
else
was
wasn't
better than
being.
him. He would have said Jay was better than him. Nah, he would have said Jay,
They
bro.
got
He's
into
giving
it
up to
about
Jay the
that.
whole time,
But you
dude.
know they got into it about that. It was a point in time when he thought that he was better than Hove.
He said
And
that on
Hove had to son
songs.
him.
Somebody has to find
That's
me the
my
clip
point.
in an
He said it in
interview
songs.
where Lil Wayne says, I'm better than Jay-Z. Find me the
He said
clip.
it in songs. He said it in
People say
game.
everything in songs. Cole say he the best in songs. Everybody
And
say
he shouldn't if he
Rick
don't believe that. All
Rick
I want
Ross
niggas
said
is
he
to
know the
believe
real
what they
Noriega
rapping.
in a song. You didn't believe that because you knew he was just talking shit. Why is it everybody knows when somebody's talking shit except when Cole is talking shit? Oh no, he meant that though. Like, come on, bro.
Because when you're making that type of declaration in this profession, you need to believe it. Your fans like, okay, even if your point is true and he don't believe it, don't say it.
Nah,
That's the only problem. Like, you don't say this. This is not a conversation to be had. AB, if somebody came up to you and they were like, man, you dope. I see you killing it with who gave y'all a podcast. I've been seeing you doing your thing, went on deck. You did the dead end spots and you doing crates and convos and you doing culturist theory. If they said all this shit about you and you thought it, you know that you are a really good content creator, you're not gonna go out and say, but yeah, like Nori better than me though. You know what I mean?
if
Like
somebody asked
Joe
me,
Budden better than me. Like you're
Nori
not
is
gonna say that.
100% not better
That's
than
my point. That's what I'm saying. You never gonna say that.
Noriega not better than nobody.
But you never gonna say that.
If
I don't
somebody
care who it
asked
is.
me, bro, if
Yes.
somebody asked me who I don't know who I don't fill in the blank, somebody that I
Combat
look
Jack,
up
you
to,
probably would say yes. You would say yes, right?
if somebody I
Combat Jack.
looked up to was and they were like, do you make content better than the one that I'm looking up to, which is the reason I do it to begin with? I'd be like, no, that's what I'm
Mhm.
trying to get to.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But he's speaking of his contemporaries, though. That's my point. I named your contemporaries. You
Oh, okay.
talking about like
Okay, now
Combat
that's a good
Jack or
point.
Elliot Nielsen. Like he's speaking of
He wasn't
people
talking
who
about
are like
Rakim
yeah,
and
he ain't
Big.
talking about it's fine. If he had say man Jada Gold and Nas this,
That's fair.
that's fine. I get that. But when you talk about niggas that you hooping with, that's like SGA being like, Ant nice, man. I don't know. One night I might get him, one night. Like, no, nigga, I'm trying to take his head off every night because
That
that's
don't
just the
mean you.
competitive
Two
nature
things
of
can
what
be
we
true
do.
though. You can still try to
True.
take somebody's head off and be like that nigga nice though.
But
But
I'm
so am
never
I.
saying it. I'm never saying I'm not gonna say it.
I wouldn't say you, but I understand that, but I wouldn't say you were wrong for not doing that though. That's all I'm saying.
That's
But
fair.
I get that part, and you can, and that's a part of being delusional though.
Yeah, you gotta be to be
Like, yeah,
successful. I
like
feel
a
like
healthy delusion. I'm saying like
yeah,
you got
100%.
to. I will say real quick, he had another quote on another show. Like you said, he's been on a run. He might as well just pull up the on deck though while you bullshitting Cole slide through.
Might well.
Um, he said that the era of the universally recognized classic album is dead. It's been dead since about
In
so
there?
since about social media, give or take.
Well, he has a classic since social media. But I do
Yeah,
agree with his point.
yeah, that's what I do too. Like I
Yeah.
think that's a fair point. That sure,
Classic
can
album
you
since then.
handpick maybe 4 or 5 projects in the last 15 years that universally, like 99 out of 100 people that know music will say, okay, yeah, that's a classic. Whereas back in the day, Chronic, like who's gonna sit here and who that knows music gonna sit here and argue down that Chronic not a classic? Like then nobody's gonna do that, bro.
96 might have had like 3 or 4 in the same year
In the
or
same
some shit like
month,
that.
damn near.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
like so my thing is, but he attributed that to the way that music is consumed now and the way that opinions get thrown. Everybody's opinion matters because everybody's got an account. He attributed to that. Shout out to my guy Jay Red. I was talking to him. He said, no, the reason that no one has like universally acclaimed classics is because the music isn't as good.
he's right.
I don't
I agree with that point.
I
I don't
disagree,
think
bro.
I don't think the music is as good. Well, actually,
I
it's
disagree
not
with
as
that.
good. It's not as good to us. And been a study fact. Like the older you get, the more you sit with the music that you came up on and grew it. You revert back to that. That sounds better to you. That doesn't mean you can't like new stuff, but to my ears, yeah, I'm not saying it to be fact, but to my ears, what we listened to did sound better just because we were growing up then. We were 16, 17, 18 years old. They were talking about stuff that we wanted to do, shit that we hadn't seen yet. It was fascinating to us to hear these people talk about these things. And another thing, and I toss it to you, we sit with it more now. Like,
You mean
well,
back
excuse me,
then?
we sit with it more then. Yeah, if I went and bought Blueprint and I'm serious on the same. I didn't take them joints out for 3, 4 months. These are only two CDs that I'm listening to. Like I remember like going to buy All Eyes on Me 3 times because it got lost or scratched up. Riding Dirty, I bought 4 or 5 times just because like you used to just sit with those CDs. They was in your Walkman, they was in your car. You was listening to them at home while you was playing the game
Club.
over in the club. You was
Yeah.
reading the booklets to the lyrics. Like you just, it was ingrained in your head. And I think as you digest one album that much, you start to love it more and more and more and more. I just don't think we do that with music anymore. Like you said, there's so many different things that keep your attention. I may watch a podcast, I may stream something, I may just have my playlist on. Like it's just so many different things that keep us from sitting with albums like we used to. And I do agree with Cole's point about the quick reviews. Like now,
Exactly.
people,
7
because
a.m., bro.
yeah, 7
Friday.
a.m., 1 o'clock, 1 a.m., 1 a.m. Friday, you got the review out. Oh, I've listened to the whole album. Yeah, okay, whatever, buddy. The only thing that I would compare that to in our era, they did used to do those source reviews before the album came out, and that would kind of influence how you felt about it.
A little bit, for sure. But they got it early. So they got to
Yeah,
sit with it.
they sit with it. Yep.
But you're right. That could add some hype or that could take some hype
Or
away
you'd be
depending
like,
on what
wait,
they
what?
did. But
Facts.
I'll say this,
Mhm.
and I think it is the way we consume music. I think that plays a much bigger part than music isn't good anymore. If Killer Mike's Michael came
Mhm.
out in 99, everybody would be sitting with
Certified
it.
classic.
That's what I'm saying. But it's not universally known as a classic today. It's just there's too many on-demand options. Like nigga, we've always had TV, we've always had books, but we never had them on demand. Nigga, I had to
Yeah,
wait to 7 o'clock on Friday to watch my favorite show. I can pull it up right now as we're speaking,
facts.
or an hour ago, or an hour from now. So like it's not it's the on demandness that's taking and pulling our attention. So I'm with him. I think it's a pie. I think it's split between, you're right, the 7 a.m. reviews, day of drop is annoying as fuck. Also, we don't sit with music long enough to really catch all the nuances and all of this and read up on it and this, that, and the third. And it's the distractions with so many different options nowadays. I think it's all three of those things. And then a very small piece is true, the music isn't as new to me. I'm not going to say good. It's just not as new as it was then. Like a lot of people are doing renditions of what we've heard. So like it may be new to a 15-year-old, be like, bro, Pac did that, bro. That's on All Eyes on Me. Oh damn, really? Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I
I've
mean, but
heard
they
people
did
quote
that
a
too.
line that's been sampled. I'm like, yo, you know where they came from? They're like, no. They're like, bro, Jay said that. Like, oh shit.
But they
So
did that too, like with the 70s. I mean, like we would hear Pac and
true, but it
yeah,
wasn't rap
those
though.
samples. It wasn't rap, you're right. It was soul music, you're right.
Right. These niggas sampling rap. So it's like,
True. That's facts. That's facts.
I just
Yeah,
thought that was an interesting take though, but I lean a little more with him on, yeah, like, because what's the last album that you would say people who know music 99 out of 100 would say it's a classic? I have an idea.
Good Kid, Mad City.
That was the exact city. I swear on my mama, that was the
Yeah.
exact city I was gonna say.
Good Kid, Mad City.
You'd be hard pressed to
Because
find
it's
somebody
undeniable.
that
Yeah.
exactly. The last,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
everybody, nigga, West Coast, East Coast, down south, everybody was like, this is a fucking classic. Like,
Yeah, because even
that's
if you
what
don't like Kendrick, you don't like West Coast music, there's
right.
nothing that you could say to be like, oh man, I wasn't feeling that. You'd be like,
Yeah, no,
are you dumb?
you'd have to really look for somebody to say they don't like this. Like you'd have to search.
Facts.
So
That's
that's why
true.
I thought the same thing. I was gonna say To Pimp a Butterfly, but that's close. But you ain't gotta look far to find somebody that don't like that. But I know I'm in the minority. I understand that. So,
Yeah, you are. And then
but
before that, what year did Good Kid, Mad City come out?
2013, 2012, something like that.
And then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy probably before that.
2010, '09, 2010.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, those are the
exactly.
last two undeniables, yeah.
And then Drake
All
took
right.
it. Next.
I don't think he got one. But moving on. Joey Badass back in the news again,
Oh, that's me.
shockingly.
My bad.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, Joey Badass. Back in the news again, as you said. Speaking of Cole, he said, "Hey man, why are we not giving these young boys a shot on your project, bro? You got a roster full of killers, specifically JID. You don't want to give him a feature on your project." He said, "Bro, the elder rappers are mad that they're gonna get washed on their own song." Joey Badass said the reason that Jid is not on Cole's album is because Cole is afraid to get bodied on his own record. Are you buying what Joey Badass is selling?
This could be true, AB. But what I won't do is let a nigga that sold 5,000 records and had to cancel his tour tell me what I should put on my album. That's what we not gonna do. Like that's the last thing on earth we doing if we J. Cole. Nigga, you need to go get back in the lab and work your way towards an opinion, nigga, because you can't even come, you can't sit at this table, you can't come in this door. As a matter of fact, you have to leave the neighborhood. Bye. Like, nigga, don't talk to me about what I ought to be doing on my album. And you could very much well be right because he's right. JID probably would take that opportunity
Yeah,
and put one of his best verses out there. And JID is a Jid, I need to say, he's a hell of a rapper.
yeah,
So it ain't far fetched that he would go in and do his damn thing on a Cole verse, and we'd be like, oh shit, nigga got Cole on that. So that's not far fetched, but Joey Badass can't say that. Like you can't say that to me, bro. And I wouldn't respond if I was Cole, but I would be itching to say that to him, like, bro, that opinion that you have, that's nuts. Cause like you just did you had a whole beef going.
yeah,
I opted out of the beef, came and did my thing, and you had a whole beef going to get attention. You on TV shows and some motion, you can't even go wood. So
yeah.
don't tell me or critique me or my generation about what putting young niggas on, even though he may be right.
Yeah, that's a fair point. His last album did under 9,000 and it didn't
That's
chart
not.
on the Billboard 200.
Don't
And it
tell me
came
what I
out
should have
last year.
did, bro.
Yeah,
Don't tell me what I should have did.
this might be a message slash messenger conversation. Joey, he did clarify this is not a diss, but more of a critique of kind of like industry competition and camaraderie. It came off the heels of Jay-Z's interview when he talked about competition in hip hop. Um, Joey argued that many artists prefer a scarcity mindset rather than sparring on tracks in fear of getting bodied. We've talked about this on the show before. You can thank Nas for this conversation. He was the first one that highlighted someone getting bodied on their own song.
I
He did it.
I was listening to Takeover this weekend. He
Okay.
stole that from Jay. Uchi
Really?
Wally Wally, your bodyguard verse was better than yours.
That's true. He did say
Matter
that.
of fact, you had the worst verse on the whole fucking song.
That's true. That's
So
true. That's a good point.
yeah,
That's a fair
I thought
point.
about that when I was listening to it this weekend when you said that.
So that beef in it, period in itself is the reason
Yeah,
for this conversation for sure.
facts.
Um, like I get Badass's point. Like Jid is his man, and yes, a Jid feature on a project like this Cole would have been a big look for him. And Jid's got his own lane, his own fan base, and his own supporters and people that crown everything that he puts out. That already exists. But we've talked about it before. You know what'll help give Jid a bigger look is putting
What's up?
Sierra on the hook of that fucking song that he got with her instead of throwing her at the end at the 4 minute mark. Nigga, the first time you hear a fucking voice on the skating rink song, dude, coach him in the studio to make his own joints, to expand his own reach, as opposed to hoping that his boss reaches out and gives a handout, a fucking underhand softball on his album so that he can take an L and then everybody can sit back and be like, man, Jid was J. Cole. He could take the L for his artist that can't do the same thing for his goddamn self, dude. I got the simple fix. take Sierra's first 4 bars of her verse and make it a hook instead of putting her at the 5 minute mark, dude.
Mm.
And you ain't got to worry about none of this conversation. He'd be on already. He wouldn't have this fucking niche fan base of fucking, I don't know, 12-year-olds, whoever the fuck loves Jid. I don't know. But you can do shit like that. You can put an
That's
actual
a good
body of
point.
work together. God damn.
It seems like he doing to Jid what Hove did to him, and it don't sound like he liked it when Hove did it, but
Hove,
he's
nah,
doing the
her
same thing
Hove. I will
to
say
Jid.
though, Jay, you talking about did to who? Cole?
Yeah, I feel like that
Because he on that Blueprint 3 now.
Hove, he
He
is on that
he gave
Blueprint
him a
3,
look on
but
that and he snapped on it too.
he gave him a look, but just in the sense of Hove said it in that interview, which we'll get to, and he was like, I tried to put Cole with the nigga that make the heat.
Yeah.
Like the nigga that got the Rihanna song and got the blah blah blah
Black
song,
and yellow.
the black and yellow with Wiz, and
Yep.
he told me no, he wanted to do it his way. So I fell all the way back
Yep.
and let him figure it out. And it seems like what he's doing with Jid. Like I just fell all the way back and figured it out. But I don't think Cole liked it. It don't seem like him and Jay in the best place based off that interview. So it's interesting to see the approach that he's taking with Jid, similar to the approach that Hove took with him.
Yeah, but I will say Cole has mentioned this, and I'm so mad I can't remember where he said this. It might have been the podcast, I can't remember, but he's detailed the approach to running Dreamville, and it was a hands-off. You don't got to come to me with here's my single. I'm not going to ask you to bring me the single. I'm not going to ask you to bring me to this to that. You bring me what you create, and we'll make it work. And that he wanted to. He made it a note he didn't want to run it like how he felt his career was ran at first. Like we need that workout. Cause then you put the workout out and your idol Nas goes, what the fuck is you ain't gotta do that? What the fuck is
Right,
that?
right, right.
And he
Let
like,
Nas
damn, you're
know.
right. Or he go to Versace shirt. Hey, put this on. Like he made it a point not to do that to his artist. So I can understand why he's not really too concerned or all in the mix or not doing too much Phil Jacksoning in the studio and shit when he probably should. Whereas Jay was like that. Jay told damn, what was the
Drake.
hook that he said? He said, man, he said, bro, dude singing too good. I think he told Wale. Damn. Jay will give his opinion on a
Hmm.
record and give his input. Whereas Cole seems like he's like, man, y'all do what y'all do, no pressure. You sell 12,000 first week, then so be it. And like
That's nuts.
I don't know. But I like that Joey Badass is saying, I like, let's bring back the competition, man. But niggas don't want to get smoked on their own song. But some people are cool with it you know, if you're supposed to get smoked. Jack Harlow's supposed to get washed by Drake. So nobody's going to look at you crazy. Like, but two A-listers, somebody got to walk away with the better verse, and niggas don't want to do that.
Do you think that's a concern for Cole Jid? Like, I don't think he minds, especially after what he admitted earlier when he knows niggas is better than him.
That's fair.
I
They're
don't
on
think he
songs
would
together
mind that.
anyway. They're just not on his albums.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Joey Badass, he got a good point. He just talking out of turn. Like, focus on that EGOT, my nigga, that you working on. He said he wanted an EGOT before he get done. Right? It's time to start working on them Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, and whatever the rest of that shit
Tony's.
is. Tony's, yeah. Emmys, Grammy, all your Tony. Yeah. So work on that, my guy. All right. We mentioned it earlier, AB Hove. He did an interview with GQ. Good interview.
Yep.
It was stylistic. It made the front page of the magazine. But people are wondering, hey man, your man just started a podcast. Like this would be the ultimate guest, Hove on Bleek's podcast. When you hear Hove on a podcast, and people are saying that he should have done Bleek's podcast instead,
Mm.
keyword instead of GQ. What say you, AB?
I hate I we do this every time an A-lister steps out and
Mm,
does a big platform.
mm.
Man, why you didn't come to mine? Like it's usually from like a Nori or a Joe. Why you didn't come to mine? And then they like to act like, well, you don't have to come to mine. Why you just didn't do one with the culture? It's like, okay, nigga, that's code word for why you didn't do mine. Like first off,
Mm.
Elliot will do it. He did it with Nikki when Nikki
Ellie
was
is the worst. Ellie
who?
is the worst with
He's
Ellie
the
is the
worst with it.
worst. In Nori, I ain't never heard Joe say it, but yeah, like this. Yeah, I know what you mean. I ain't never
Yeah,
heard Joe say that.
them
I
niggas
think
will cry all day long. Why you didn't come do my shit? Why you didn't come do my shit? Why you didn't come do my shit? Look, dude, I'm gonna say the same thing I'd say every time people complain about this stuff, bro. I think that people need to, because let's be honest, the GQ thing was very well done from the set. I thought Buddy asked good questions. He had a whole spread photo shoot to go along with the shit. Like because he's the cover artist for that issue. If that's still a thing, maybe it's just digital. I don't know. I don't buy magazines anymore. I don't think anybody does. But that's and of course GQ. It's also a legacy brand as well. With all due respect to Bleak, what's the name of his podcast?
rock solid.
With all due respect to the Rock Solid podcast, if it's still even going on, I'm not even
Man, that's
sure.
hating. That's hating.
I'm not even sure.
It
You're on
is.
episode 6, bro.
No, he's not. He's got a lot of episodes.
GQ on that. GQ on year 60. This ain't apples to apples, dude. Bleak don't expect you to do this. Like, would it be a good look? Absolutely. So would him handing Bleak $1 million check. There's a lot of handouts that'll be good looks, bro. That don't mean they're deserved. And that's with all due respect to Bleak. Like you got to show that you in it for the. You got to be doing this for a while for a nigga to hand you something. Just nigga can't. If you expect something to be handed to you because it's your man's, that's the wrong attitude, bro. Like I'm sorry, and I hope Bleak a real enough nigga to know that, or
So
has a close enough relationship with Jay to know that you can't expect that because that's your man. Especially when Jay has looked out for Bleak and put him on the game in the game. He's the reason we even know who the fuck Memphis Bleak is, dude. So never forget that part. Like, let's be honest. That's all I'm saying.
you sound nuts. I just want to let you know, as someone who knows you, you sound nuts, and here's why.
Mm.
First of all, Bleak did come out and acknowledge this, and he
What
said
is
people were insane. He said people were insane. He said, "Do
exactly?
y'all think doing my podcast is the same as doing GQ?" He's like, "It's a completely different ball game, different look. Like,
Thank you, Bleak.
I'm not expecting the big homie to come sit with me before he goes sits with GQ."
What's the difference between him saying that and Cole saying that niggas can get him 40 on the same day?
What? Wait, what? What's the difference
What's
between
the
him?
difference in Bleak admitting that another platform is better than his and J. Cole admitting another nigga might be better than him? What is the
I'm
difference?
I'm glad you asked. I'm going to get into that. Let's unpack this. One, one, it's fine to do the GQ, and I'm on the total opposite side of you. When you're talking about they should come sit with the culture, they should come sit with the culture, and you don't have to do either or. Like I never understand that part of the argument. You can do GQ and Bleak podcast. You can do Drink Champs and Good Morning America. Like you can do that. Especially when you are Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or Jay, like you gonna get the views if you go sit in Bob's garage and talk to some random nigga that fix cars about the cars you like. If you Jay-Z, you're going to get those views.
For sure.
Now the difference to what you're saying, so I think you can do both,
Okay.
and I think that Jay he's farsighted enough to know as far as just figure navigating the game that doing Bleak podcast would be a moment in culture. This was an interview. It was dope because we haven't heard from Hove in 4 or 5 years, but this was an interview. It had sound bites, great layouts. It was great. It was fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You going to sit down with your mans? This nigga that you call your little brother, and even when I'm gone, Bleak in my will somewhere, you want nobody else can have that conversation with Jay Z. That's a moment in culture. Like nobody knows him like that, especially that's on the other side. Like he can't go talk to Joe, Nori. No, like Nori probably would have some good stories with Hove, but the Memphis Bleak and Hove stories. This is my man's. That's gonna take Bleak podcast to a whole nother level. Now,
Yeah.
like you, as you were joking on him and saying like he ain't there yet, Jay puts him there. And two, it completes the narrative because I know you haven't been following. I could tell you don't listen. Everybody's been on there from The Rock. Everybody. Beans, Biggs, Oskino and Sparks, Young Chris,
He ain't
Neef,
Dame, he
Cam.
bullshit. If he ain't had Dame, he
He
bullshit.
had Dame. But him and Dame beefing, just like Dame beefing with everybody.
That's true.
And he still should have Dame on there. I think, and they should, whatever kind of difference they have, at least talk about him. That would be fire too. Those are the last two pieces. Every Guru's been on there. Just Blaze has been on like
Well, then he don't
everybody
need
from
Jay
the
then, bro.
era. He does need Jake. That completes the story. That takes the podcast to the next level. That's me. It ain't a handout either, because a handout would have been the first episode is Hove. That's the handout. But if I see you true to this, you got 30, you done did all the stuff to get all the people on here to tell the whole story of Rockefeller Records. Why wouldn't I come put the cherry on top? Why wouldn't I do that? That's nuts. But I ain't saying that Jay wouldn't or he won't do it. He just hasn't. I ain't got no problem that he did GQ first. I think it definitely should be in consideration, though, that he goes to sit down with Bleek, because that's a moment in culture. That's a conversation that nobody else on this earth can have with Jay-Z. People are going to be fascinated by it. They never heard Hove like that. And Hove, he ain't got to be open book, read my diary just because Bleek is my man's. But it's a different conversation when you're talking with your mans and they know you, they know what to ask you, they know what to stay away from, they know when we joking and we can rib at each other like that. That would have been gold, because we ain't seen Hove in a light like that in a long time. Where he's just open.
All
He's
right,
just being himself. So that's the reason that you do these podcasts. Now, I ain't necessarily saying you got to go do Drink Champs or Joe Buttons, or
please don't.
you ain't got to do lip service with Angela. You ain't got to do those. But the moment right here for Bleak and two, you built this. The name of the podcast is Rock Solid. It's about the Rockefeller days. You going to tell your story, put so much more value into this entity. So now it evolves past that. So now we can close this door with me and Bleak telling me, well, Bleak telling the rock stories. Now more people are looking at him. Now he's gonna have more people on here. Now he's gonna have more people telling their stories. Maybe we do the Rough Riders. Maybe we start interviewing the No Limit niggas. Like, it just opens up so many possibilities for your mans. And I disagree with you. It's not a handout. I seen you doing the work. You carried the ball to the goal line. Let me help you get it over by sitting down for an hour with you, because he did the work.
Listen, I don't know who he interviews after the Jay Z episode. I don't know who the next
Pivot.
guest
You
is after
pivot.
that.
You pivot. You start back at the bottom and somewhere else. Like I said, you go to Rough Riders to talk to DNY. You don't want to hear
I mean,
DNY
that's
stuff?
hard. Yeah, no,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
ain't
You
mad at
pivot.
that. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, you so like
And yes, it
it's
would be
yeah,
a moment. It would obviously be a moment. Like I'm not saying like it would be a bad idea, and I would.
mhm.
It'd be fantastic. I think it'd be super dope, and it makes sense from a
You said it
content
unfair to
perspective because he
compare
gets
them.
a different version of Jay than
Yeah.
everybody else do. And so yeah, it makes sense.
I don't
But
like
at
the
the same,
comparison either. I am with you there, but I disagree that he shouldn't do it. I don't
I don't
like,
say he
well, oh, he
shouldn't
did
though.
this one. Okay. I don't like that either way. Say, oh, you did this one. He should have came over here. No, I can do it all.
Oh,
I can
okay.
do
Well,
all
yeah,
of
for
them if I
sure.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I fuck with that.
I think and of course the it's still on the table. It's not as if
Yeah.
he
That
didn't
too.
do it last week, so then it's never gonna happen.
That too.
It could still happen for sure.
Shit, he can do it after the shows. That'll be even harder if you do it
That'll
after
be
the
dope.
shows at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
got the interview drop with Bleak the next week. That should be fired. Like, I
That'll
just,
be cold.
yeah, yeah. I like, there's room for both of them. I don't like that people jump out there and say that quickly though, and try to throw that on hold. Like, oh, you didn't go do your man's podcast. Like, maybe me and my man's just working it out on the back end. You ever
Maybe.
thought of that?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Next up, man, your boy Benzino's back in the news, beefing again. He calls out D1, man. Of course, New Orleans rapper D1, very outspoken about like Magic City Night and other certain like air quote controversies, subject matters in hip hop. Benzino, it was on Ray Daniels' podcast. He said D1 uses the same deceptive tactics as a false preacher. Says he has contradictory messages in hip hop. Are you on Benzino's side when it comes to D1?
I'm never gonna be on Benzino's side.
That's
So let's
crazy.
get that.
So you're on
No,
D1 side.
I'm not on D1. I'm not on D1 side at
Yeah,
all.
be on one of these
But,
sides.
Benzino makes a solid point. I don't know if I agree with the "You On Boosie" and BG song. So, but I mean, Lecrae does song with people who ain't of that same secular music. You know what I'm saying? Whatever type of music it is. So, like, if he's spreading his message, I'm not really religious, so it does come off as cringeworthy to me. Sometime I did not like the Magic City thing,
Oh my God.
and I didn't like the Magic City thing because he came out and wanted credit for it. Like he made the post, oh, we did that, we got that shut down. Like that's corny to me. If you do it and you're doing it out the good of your heart or whatever it is that you think that that was deterring, then go do it. You got it canceled. You ain't got to dance on the grave
He tried to
because
ride the wave.
it wasn't that serious. I promise you, it wasn't that serious. But then Benzino got a point. I wouldn't go that far as to call in D1 like a one of those preachers that uses religion to manipulate people. I wouldn't do that. I don't think it's that. Because what I'll say is like D1 makes money from having a positive message, and that's fine. I don't think that he's manipulating. I think he thinks that way. It can be a little bit much sometimes for people who ain't in that same bag. And you can be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. And you can roll your eyes at it, but I ain't gonna take nothing away from. I do think he's being genuine and earnest in what he's saying and doing, but it just can be too much for me sometimes. But I'm not gonna judge him and call him a shady preacher for doing it. I'm just gonna look the other way and not pay attention to him. So I don't like that Benzino called him out because I'm sure D1 ain't never done shit to him or anybody else. I'm sure D1 is a great guy. He's just probably one of those guys who always wants to. Have you thought about the Lord today? Like, nah, bro, I have not thought about the Lord. In the midst of a flat tire and fucking losing my job and not having two nickels to rub together, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to. So he does come off as that type of guy that that can be overbearing with it, but I'm not gonna put malicious in there and think that he's getting over on people. I ain't gonna do that to him at all.
Yeah, the reason, in my opinion, that he comes off that way to you as being overbearing was maybe a little cringe words is because he's preaching. And that's how
Mm.
it feels when someone is preaching to you. It's like, hey, bro, like you're doing too much. You dancing in front of Magic City, like and now it's performative. Like you sound like a hypocrite. You talking about, man, the kids are gonna be there. Nigga, so is Bud Light, bro. Bud Light gonna be at the game too, fam.
And DraftKings and
So
all of
is
that shit.
DraftKings, bro. They at the games too. And you have to be the same age to do that and go to a strip club and drink, bro. Like so it's hypocritical to make it seem like you're trying to capture a moment, trying to ride a wave. And so the reason I understand the like when people say shady preacher,
Yeah.
we tend to think like tithings and offerings and this nigga taking the money and going and he riding Bentleys and shit. So I
Hmm.
wouldn't say that's the piece of what D1 is doing, like the false prophet come to my congregation, oh yeah, here go the plate. I'm not
Hmm.
saying he taking it to that perspective, but the whole say one thing, act another, there's a little bit of truth in that. You mentioned Lecrae. The
Hmm.
difference in Lecrae makes faith-based music. He was probably the first like popular faith-based artist in hip hop. But the reason his stuff was popular is because it didn't come off as preachy. Every Christian rapper up until that point sounded corny to people who weren't interested in hearing it. Lecrae made the first, again, faith-based music that didn't come off corny. It was just like, oh, okay, like dude, actually, like he kind of nice with the shit. Like
He's
he's not
spitting.
preaching. His message isn't overbearing. He's not the fun police. D1 is the fun police, bro. Oh, niggas having fun. Hold on, that's see. What y'all didn't know is it, bro. Shut up, nigga. Shut up, bro. We had a barbecue. Shut
All
up.
niggas having fun is crazy. All niggas having
God.
fun?
Oh wait, hold. They having fun over there? Hey, let's go ruin that shit. Let's go over there and ruin it right now. Lecrae doesn't come off like that in interviews and in social media. He doesn't have a social presence that is drenched in that. D1 does. Anytime niggas is having fun, he make a video about how it's really not fun. It's really this, that. It's like, bro, like who are you really saving, bro? By doing your two step in front of Magic City, bro. Who are you? Who did you save, fam?
Did he do that for real?
He was in front of some strip club. He did a video. And it's just like,
That's
what did you?
nuts.
Who did you save, bro? Like honestly, like I'm not even being funny. Like, what did you stop from happening? Like, what? Whose life did you save? I get it. He used to be a teacher. Like I said, I think his heart is in the right place. But if you think he not playing into this character, nigga, please, he's playing it up for the camera. Everybody is, to be
You,
honest.
you,
Charleston
you
White
think that's
is. He
oh,
is.
of course.
Everybody, niggas is playing it up for the camera, nigga. When the red light is on, let's be clear.
Get
So
paid? You think Lecrae's making money from this? I mean, excuse me, not Lecrae, D1.
He's getting
Like, do you think
attention.
this is has it okay? And that's his. Do you think that's made him a more successful artist?
That's his currency. Yeah.
Hmm. It ain't
Attention
working,
is
bro.
currency, bro. Like
D1, it's not working. I'm just gonna tell you this right now, bro. I would never like for all the reasons you said. I would never listen to D1. Like,
he's called
I'm
out
not.
Jim Jones, Rick Ross, Meek
Yeah,
Mill,
yeah.
anybody that can he can anybody that'll listen or and say something back, bro. And it's just like,
Hmm.
fam, like it's exhausting. Like I'm tired, bro. I'm
You
tired of
think he's
hearing
just putting his
D1.
nose where it don't belong?
Yeah, you just come off too righteous. Nobody likes that, bro. You know when people come off too perfect? This was Kevin
Yeah,
Hart's problem. He was too everything was too perfect. Or DJ Khaled, he was too happy. It's like, bro, you're not like that all the time, fam. You can't be. It's,
yeah.
it's not authentic. Dude right here is too righteous. Nobody wants
I
to
can see
be
that.
around niggas that's on that all the time. Like it's just not how life is about balance. You can't be righteous 100% of the time, bro. No one is. So that shit comes off as fake and corny and cringy. And he can rap though. Like D1 can rap and
He can
everything.
rap. He can
But
rap.
like, bro, it's just and so he could do a song with Boosie and give his perspective. He can do a song with BG and give his perspective and try to reach BG and Boosie's audiences and try to get his message across. Now, if he jumped on songs with them, he was talking about choppers and drilling, then that would be contradictory. Then Benzino would have a point then. But that's not what he's doing on the records, though. And Boosie and BG are capable of making non shoot a nigga
Yes.
up music because that's not all they
Yeah.
make. So
That was a bad example.
that wasn't a good
Um,
example, Benzino.
so you agree with Benzino?
To a certain extent, minus the when I think when we hear Shady Preacher, we think money, like the Drewski
Okay.
skit. Like that's what
Gotcha.
I got these.
And you
I
just
got these.
saying
I got these Christian
messaging.
Louboutins on because I'm a Christian walking in the blood of Jesus. That when we think Shady Preacher, we think money and stealing money. That part,
Facts.
no. That's what I'm saying.
All right. That's fair enough. Before we get to these wins and these losses, AB,
Ooh,
your man's Ray J was in the news again, man. If y'all haven't heard our classic rants episode, if it's still in their feed, please find that
yeah,
because we talked about that Ray J rant when he called in the Breakfast Club on Fab, and that's probably the hardest that we've laughed collectively as we've been podcasting. If you haven't
facts.
heard that, or you haven't heard our commentary on it, go listen to that rants episode. But I say that to say, Ray J, he called what's the girl that's up at Breakfast Club now?
Lauren.
Lauren. He called Lauren Lenosa after Shine appeared on Mace and Cam's "It Is What It Is" podcast. And off the wham, Cam asked Shine about dating Brandy at the same time as Mace. Messy.
Yeah.
So Shine tells the story, Mace tells his story, they laugh about it, and Ray J was not having it. AB, he proceeded to call Lauren Lenosa and saying that he's going to do some explicit stuff to Shine Mason Cam, and he was wilding. And the internet is saying that Ray J has went too far. This was funny, or he needs help. Where do you stand on it?
It's getting corny at this point because the only time we talk about Ray J now is for the outburst. I know he mentioned he had, and I hope he was gassing with the health stuff too. The whole like I ain't got time that much to all this type of stuff. I'm hoping he was pouring on the sauce for that too. But it seems like, and he's admitted to this, that this is the only way to get attention. And so it just doesn't. It's the bull who cried wolf, bro. It's not funny no more. The booty goon shit was funny when he called up to Breakfast Club because it was fresh then. That's a classic moment. It's in Breakfast Club, in radio, in hip hop. That was a funny ass moment, bro. Because the moment Fab clowning him for playing the song in Floyd Mayweather's house,
That
playing "I
was
Wish" on the
some of the funniest
piano,
shit I've ever heard.
that was insane to begin with. And so Fab joking on it was funny. His response to that was hilarious. Calling up 4 a.m. in the morning West Coast time. That was a moment. He's been
Hey,
trying to
Fab ain't been on
recreate
the
that.
internet since, dude.
Yeah, Fab ain't tweeted
God
since.
damn. That shit was
Trying to
funny.
recreate that again and again and again. This is what happens when you try to recreate moments, bro. You can't manufacture shit like that. It doesn't hit the same. It'd be like Kanye trying to recreate the Taylor Swift moment. Like, stop, bro. You trying to
Yeah.
chase lightning in a ball. It's not gonna happen. Put out a dope song. Put out some dope product. Put out some new headphones, some eyeglasses, some something. Like, do something to where people can go, oh shit, okay, I see you. Damn, I didn't know Ray J had that in him right there. The rants and the drunk this and that, man, that shit played, bro. It's not funny no more. It was funny 15 years ago though, for sure.
Yeah, this is lame. This is lame. You don't like. Uh, I don't even respond to this if I may shine a cam. Like you're whack to me for this. Then making it about sexual assault. Like this it don't look good for Ray J, and it may be leaning into that category of needing some help. Like I don't know if he's playing. I can't tell if he's playing anymore, and that's when it gets dangerous. Like I don't know if he's for real. Like I don't know if he means like if he trying to be funny or if he roll with nigga. Like I don't know, and that makes it worse. Like I agree with you. It's lame. Like it's played out. Like eventually he's gonna lose his platforms. To, like people not gonna have him on no more because you ain't got no new pitches, bro. Like it's still the same pitch that you were doing 15 years ago. That was hilarious when you and Fab did it. It's just not funny anymore. So yeah, right. I don't like this at all. I don't know if Mace or Cam have responded. I know Shine said something about so you didn't hit it first in his response, which is corny as too. But yeah, this is all of this is lame. And I talked to somebody else about this and they disagree with me. I didn't think that they were being really disrespectful to Brandy. And
No, I
maybe I
didn't.
didn't
I didn't
listen
get that
to
either.
it all. I didn't get the disrespect, but who I said this to, they was like, nah, the niggas was laughing and that was insinuating that both of them did something with it. I didn't pick that up, but that's how people have been saying that it was disrespectful while Ray J did it, well, did this. But I just didn't think that they were trying to be nasty towards it. Like they were really just being funny that it happened. Like I didn't
Yeah,
hear any like in I didn't hear any stories where it was like, damn, Brady was giving it up like that. Like
yeah.
I didn't hear that.
I
So
didn't get that either, and it feels like that's one of them things where Ray J probably knows more about it than we do, so he took it a certain way.
mm,
Versus we out the loop, so to us it was pretty blanket. It was like a blanket statement, like, oh, okay. But when you know
right.
more, and it's like almost like some inside joke shit, then it might hit a
Yeah,
little
y'all
different.
niggas up there keying and there's some
Yeah, then it
real
might hit a little different for sure. So he was
yeah,
on some big,
I could
little
totally
big bro
understand that.
shit. But Ray J get some help. Before we get to these wins and losses, man, viral question of the day. I saw this and I could not wait to put this in here. Someone posted, you have a 4 hour road trip. You can only choose one of these artists to listen to. You can't have no skips. Nick
Oof.
Cannon, Soldier Boy, or Birdman. Who
Okay.
are you selecting?
I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking the whole 4 hours. Fuck that. I'm walking the whole 4 hours, man. There ain't even no question about it. Now if I had to pick one, it's definitely Birdman. Because I'm guessing that I get big time and shit.
No, that's baby. You get Birdman.
Ah, nah, we can't do that. We can't do the solo. You ain't putting the solo Birdman joints on
You get all
me.
solo
Like,
Birdmans,
no.
dude.
Jesus Christ. That's still better than anything I could think. I didn't even know Nick Cannon had albums, to be honest with you. I thought the nigga just did singles and movies.
I'm a
So I would be,
gigolo. I was on nigga. Birdman
oh,
could
yeah,
never.
stop it.
That was
Birdman
banging.
got, yeah, it was cool. But yeah, it would have to be Birdman just because I feel like the beats or something might save it. But I
The Wayne
definitely wouldn't.
features.
The Wayne features anything other than listening to Nick Cannon or Soldier Boy. Who you got?
um, if it's Nick Cannon, just kill me. Just shoot me. You can shoot me and throw me out the car. I don't even. I can't do it. For the record, he has
Nick
two
Cannon got
albums.
albums?
He has a self-titled album. I remember that's what had Gigolo, and I remember this album cover. He had the fur around the hoodie, and then he has a second album. He came out in 2014 called "White People Party Music."
Oh God, no.
That's what I'm saying. There's no earthly way I'm listening to that anywhere. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go Soldier Boy. I listen to Soldier. Soldier Boy got some showing. He got some joints.
I do not believe
I
that.
got me some
What
baby,
Soldier Boy
baby.
best album?
Oh, I don't fucking know. Probably the first one. He got a song with 50 that's hard though. And me
I don't
mug,
believe that.
I fuck with
I
that.
don't believe. I don't believe you know the title of the four Soldier Boy songs.
Me
I got me some
mug,
bathing ups, Mean Mug, and what's the other one?
super
Superman.
the
And
dance.
out of these solo artists, Soldier Boy might have the best song though. Wake up out the
Got my
bed,
swag
cut
on.
my swag
Yeah.
on, let these
Soldier Boy
niggas
got
say
hit.
what's
We
up.
don't go act like Soldier Boy ain't got no hits.
I'm getting mine, but you can't listen to that on no car ride. What you gonna be swerving out of traffic, nigga? Like,
I'm shaking it.
nigga be hype, nigga be out hype on the interstate, get a ticket. Like, listening to that
Crank that
shit.
Soldier Boy. She got a donk.
Okay,
Kiss me through the phone. Turn
she
my
got a
swag
donk.
on. She got a
She got a
donk.
donk.
She got a. It's a
That ain't
dance.
that's Soldier Boy.
Yeah. Pretty
Shut the
boy
front
swag.
door.
Pretty boy swag. He
Soldier Boy
got some
got hits. I ain't
shit.
gonna do him anyway. He got hits. I can't do him any kind of way.
Let
He
me do
does
my
have hits.
bird walk.
Yeah, he do got
Hey,
hits. I'm
watch me
still
do
listening
my
to
bird
Birdman though.
walk. It's over
I'm
after that.
listening to Birdman.
I can't listen.
What Birdman solo albums we got? A 5-star general? He ain't got but one.
Yeah, nah, he has a few, unfortunately. Uh,
He got that
five
five
star
star
stunner,
general. I remember that.
five
Oh,
star
is it a
stunner.
5-star stunner and general?
No, hell no.
Oh,
It's
I'm
just five. He's
saying.
got Birdman. He's got Fast Money, 5 star stunner, and Priceless.
I know the nigga that signed off on them got fired.
That fast
Jesus,
money got
whatever
that Get
exec.
Your Shine On. They remade that, and Wayne ripped it.
I didn't know it was a remix to get your shine on.
That's that
Hmm,
shit.
interesting.
But
I
the
listened to
albums
that.
are terrible though. Let's be very clear. Y'all let us know,
Yeah.
man. Gun to your head, 4 hour road trip, no skips. Are you going Birdman, no baby, Soldier Boy, or Nick Cannon? No one's picking Nick Cannon. It's a two-man race.
If any of y'all write in and say y'all picking Nick Cannon, y'all might get banned from the channel. You lost all privileges to listen to the On Deck TV. We appreciate you. It's been good knowing you. There are other podcasts for you. We appreciate you.
Wins and losses, man. Your boy Whack 100, man. Of course, that's games management. Put game in the game. He is opening the first club that you're allowed to stream in. It's called Club Stream, and it's in Miami. Is this a win or a loss? Streaming a big deal. You can't do it in clubs.
I did not know you couldn't do it in clubs.
No,
Why?
it's too many it's people's faces. They got to sign off on shit.
Oh,
You can't do that.
oh, okay. So in this club, you got to sign off to get it done. I don't know if this is a win or a loss because do they just stand around and stream? Are they playing music? And then if they are playing music, how can you hear the stream?
Maybe they mic'd up.
I don't know.
They might be
Oh
mic'd
yeah, they
up.
may be mic'd up. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it ain't. Man, this is not a bad idea. I don't think it ain't for our generation, of course. But yeah, this is. If the streamers are going to be in the club and people will be at home vicariously living through the streamers, that sounds about right for this generation.
for sure.
Oh, we're gonna watch the club on the stream with the Casanata or I
Whoever.
Show
Ben the
Speed or whatever the
Don.
fuck their name is. So I mean it's cool. It ain't a bad idea. It ain't gonna work because Wack doing it though. I ain't gonna hold
This might open
you.
up the
So
lane for a person to do all club streams, whoever this person is. Like they could just go to the club every
just
Saturday at this
different
spot right
clubs
here,
and
especially if
stream.
it's shaking. Like if this spot is
Yeah.
shaking every Saturday,
You know what? That was the first stream that I ever watched. So that could work. Like the first stream that I ever watched was Casanat and he
BT.
had that birthday party. Nah, not B, it was before the BT. He had the pool party at his crib.
Are you a day one fan? That's crazy.
It ain't that one day one because the pool party was cracking,
I
nigga. I
believe
was in utter disbelief
I
at how
believe
cracking it was in there. And that was the first stream I watched, and that was similar to a club. But he was just going around his house like streaming people, with the party and shit. Like, yeah, that was pretty cool. So this is a W. I ain't mad at it. Wack can't be the nigga behind it though. Too much
Yeah.
bad mojo.
He gotta be the silent
Them,
partner.
yeah.
Next up, man, your boy Juvenile drops his first album since 2014. It's called Boiling Point. Of course, we talked about it. He was on the Billboard for the first time since '05 with BBB with Meg The Stallion. What you think about Juvie's first album? And damn, 10 plus.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it because he ain't trying to catch new trends. I'm here for it because he's acting his age. I'm here for it because the music is good. So shout out to Juvie, man. This is a W. Shout out to Golden Child 1123. She said we better mention his new Juvenile album since all the other shit that we talk about. So there you go, Golden Child 1123, the new Juvenile album on deck stamp of approval.
Yeah, man. Boiling Point was better than I thought, Brian. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
I pressed play on this expecting to go about 3, 4 in, maybe. I was
it was right.
pleasantly surprised. Like Juvenile, like he didn't sound washed.
Mm-mm.
He slick, damn near sound just as lyrically sharp as he's been, if not slick better. I was like, damn, wait
Facts.
a minute. Some joints on here. I like the Swizz joint. I like the song. The song with his son is fire. Like,
Young Juvie.
yeah, like that shit banging. I was pleasantly
Facts.
surprised. I can't. I'll be the first to say I was wrong. I thought this was gonna be some slaw.
I ain't mad at that.
It's good. It's age appropriate, and he talking that big ball. He talking age appropriate shit though.
Have you listened to his podcast? Him and Manny
With him
Fresh.
and Manny, nah, not yet. Just
Yeah,
clips.
yeah. That's
He
all
be
I'll say.
cutting niggas
Clips.
off though. On the clips, he be talking to me. He gotta stop interjecting. Like, bro, chill
I got
out.
to look at one of them. I ain't seen it yet, but I definitely want to see it.
Speaking of podcasts, Kid Cudi, he has a brand new podcast dropping today, April 1st, called Big Bro with Kid Cudi. His first guest is Kylie Jenner. It says Scott Muscudi, of course, Kid Cudi, transforms into Big Bro Scott to offer the kind of perspective that one could expect from an older sibling as he interviews friends, collaborators, rising artists, and legendary figures. Kylie Jenner makes her second ever podcast appearance for the premiere episode. This is a W or
Did,
an L. Big Bro
did I
Cuddy.
did I miss something when Kid Cudi became the nigga that people go to for advice? Like, how did this become a thing? Like, did he take it upon himself to be like, you know what? I give people good advice. I'm gonna start a podcast giving people advice. Like, I
When I
don't
think
know.
Big Bro,
I'm,
Kid Cudi does not come to mind.
yeah, I don't yeah, Kid Cudi is not big bro to me, and I don't. And,
Respectfully.
and yeah, respectfully to him, don't. I'd have to see clips. I'm not here for it. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't calling it an L. It's a W because he's starting a podcast, but I don't like the premise of the description. To be honest with you.
Who would fit this?
Big bro. That's a
A
really good
Prince,
question.
maybe
Hell no,
Scarface.
not now. Scarface would be good. Scarface would be real. He'd be damn good. Nas would be good at that.
Mm.
Nas would be really good at that.
This remind me of $1 million worth of game. How they talk, like how they give
Yeah,
game
yeah,
to the.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if
If
somebody like
if
that
if Gilly went to yeah, if Gilly went to cut niggas off and
for
doing all
real,
that
all the
weird
silly
shit, but
shit.
yeah. Um, Steve
E40,
Stout maybe could do this.
Steve Stout for
Steve
sure.
Stout could definitely do this,
I was
and
gonna
that
say
would be
E40.
E40 could do it. Yeah, that's good.
So many people not named Kid Cudi is the point.
That
Fit the
was
big
what I
bro
was
name.
about to say. A lot of niggas not named Kid Cudi, man. 100%. Jesus, like I could go on and on. This is I could keep going. We can work that list out to about 100 names, to be honest with you.
Before we get to
Actually,
topics,
the description is so bad, I kind of want to check it out now just to see like how he gonna do this.
I need somebody other than Kylie Jenner though. I don't care about that.
Y'all could care less about her. You have to be somebody that I care about.
Yeah, I can't. She don't do no for me.
Yeah.
Real quick, a bonus W or L. Your girl Lizzo says that when
Hmm.
her career took off around 2019, every rapper slid in her DMs when she got famous. For the record, she was on the Friends Keep Secrets podcast when she said this. Win or loss, DMs blowing up from rappers for
I
Lizzo.
wonder how I wonder how many of them converted. And I wonder what type of rapper she's talking about. Like she talking about like niggas just not famous, just you know what I'm saying? They got a little motion. Like I have a lot of questions. And I have a lot of life experience. As as do probably the rappers that slid in Lizzo DM, so I know why they was there. She fit the description, and I'll leave it at that. She she fits the description. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
You gotta have jumped off the porch to get that
You
reference
gotta
now.
know. You got you,
Gotta been
you
off the
gotta
porch
know
for
to
a
know.
while to understand that where that's coming from.
What the
Listen,
kids say, take me through there, take me through that shit. Cause she gonna do it to you, buddy. Oh shit.
uh, if y'all want to hear more about it, man, Friends Keep Secrets podcast with Benny Blanco. Hey, This is a
Benny Blanco on there?
yeah, that's him. This is
That's
his
the dude who
podcast.
did her podcast? Oh, okay. You know, that's the nigga that played on Dave.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugly,
Yep, yep,
ugly
yep.
nigga. Yeah.
This a this a W, man. She said it was fucking with her because when she grew up, she's always been big, and so like nobody really liked her, and this, that, and the third. And trust
Mm.
me, the niggas that slid in the DMs knew that. You didn't have to say that.
Blessed be the king.
They already knew what time it was. But
Oh
I
shit.
I need to know who, man. Who slid in her what rapper slid in her?
Yeah, man, Freddie Gibbs was definitely in her DM because
Drake said I like my girls BBW.
Drake probably slid in there. Uh
Hey boy,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know nobody else out there. Maybe like Rick Ross. I don't know.
Nah,
Two fat
Ross.
people can't fuck.
Two fat people can't
Yeah, I
fuck.
don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, man.
That's
Maybe
funny
they
as
slid in for
shit.
collaborations too. They might wanted to
Right.
hit. Shit. Fuck that.
Yeah. Lil Russell definitely slid in there.
No, not in 2019. Today for sure. Let's go to On Deck of the Week, man. We've been
Oh,
neglecting the comments on Spotify. So shout out to Aaron Kennedy. Said the interview is 35 years old. That's old enough, referring to the young man of the GQ Jay-Z interview. He said he's 35. That's old enough.
damn. He got a baby face. Yeah, he is
Facts.
39.
Nigga look
Okay.
eight.
Right.
Shout out to Mike Larry. He said, I've been listening to y'all boys forever, but I ain't seen y'all. Why my nigga Spike getting thick and AB slimming? I see good money both ways.
The roles have reversed. That is funny as hell.
Oh shit. Oh, that's funny as hell, man. Another one more, man. We showing love to the Spotify comments, man. My bad. It's been a minute. A Wilkins 022. He said, I actually think Keem, baby Keem, is trying to be a serious rapper on here, but AB is right. Bro is not a good rapper. There are
Mm.
multiple tracks on here where he talks about his struggle growing up, but it doesn't resonate because the best tracks on here are him spitting nonsense over great production. I could not agree more. I listen to give me the hype shit that I can run on the treadmill too, bro. Like I don't all this, my grandma this, my bro, I don't want to hear that shit from you, bro. Not even gonna hold you, with all due respect. So salute to everybody on Spotify, man. Sorry, it's been a minute since we've been there. Uh, Shout out to Birdman 85059. He got 15 laughing emojis. AB, you a hater. K Dot was kicking shit on Mask Off. 15 more laughing emojis. Encyclopedia rap, 15 more laughing emojis. He wasn't talking about shit on Mask Off.
That's funny.
We are in the club, bro. You can take that bullshit someplace else.
I'm gonna
Go
listen
rap
to
with
that.
D1, dude.
I'm gonna listen to that again, man. I ain't listened to it forever.
Go rap with D1. Give me a on deck. I mean, excuse me. Give me something to put on, man.
Got a TV show for you on Amazon Prime with
Hmm.
Nicole Kidman. You know, she does her thing in
I
all
mean,
the
I'm in.
shows.
I'm in. Don't even worry about
Exactly. It's called Scarpetta,
it. What?
and she's trying to. Yeah, that's her name in the show. So that's her last name,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
it's about a cold case that they solved 20 years ago, but they may have caught the wrong person. That's all I'll give you.
Okay.
And the new person pops up 20 years later. So they go from there because all that's in the you know what I'm saying the description. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's 2 episodes in. It's good, man. You know Nicole Kidman do her thing. So
It's 3 episodes
Scarpetta.
in.
Oh shit, I'm checking it out tonight.
I'm here for a Nicole Kidman limited series. You can count me in.
Facts.
I'm not even gonna hold you. My show is a TV show as well. Paradise wrapped up. I'll go ahead and
Hmm.
check that out so I can discuss spoilers next week because I got
Yeah.
questions. I
Yep.
got
Yep.
questions, a lot of them. So y'all tap into that. I did like season two, though. I will say I thought episodes 4 and 5 were grade A in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to season three, man. So if there's any nigga left that I would want to save the world, it would be Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown. That's 1,000,000%.
I vote
One
him.
million percent.
Save the world, dude. You got
He
it, boy.
gonna get it done. Randall gonna get it done every time, nigga.
Facts.
You know this season gave very much off This
Off.
Is Us. This Is
Really?
Us.
I mean, it
Just the
did.
way that they told the stories and
It
then how
did.
they start connecting them. And so you really could tell that this was by the same people that did This Is Us.
This Is Us and Paradise do really good jobs of getting you invested in people that you just met.
You should have no clue about them,
You
or you
should
could
not give
care
a
less
fuck.
about them.
They've been on screen for 3 minutes. We 4 episodes deep in the second season. This person is never shown until
Like,
right
who
now, and
is
I
this
care
person?
already, dude.
Yeah, facts. That's
Already.
facts. That is facts. That's why I said it reminded me of This Is Us because they used to do that there. Like,
Facts.
who is this random doctor we spent the last 12 minutes with, and why do
And
I
he, and he
care now
cooking.
about this? Facts. That's a
uh,
fact.
y'all check out Paradise, man. But also let us know what you think about Joey Badass saying Cole is scared to have Jid. Is Cole right to admit that he's not the best rapper? And what do we think about that Kanye bully? Give us a out of 10 score. What do you give it, man? I give it an 8.5. First week. Just
Zero.
hating. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it, man. We appreciate everybody. Y'all go check out all the other stuff that we do. Buy you another Week in the Books bookworm shirt, man. The link is in some bios out there on another Week in the Books page. We appreciate y'all. Good night.
Yes, sir.